What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of What is Health, and today we're going to be talking about body recomposition. So in my other video, the video that I had on the zero carb week, I talked about a body recomp, and I actually got a lot of feedback about what a body recomp was. And to be honest, body recomps are very much a more sustainable, healthy way of compositioning your body. And so I thought it would be perfect for this episode of What is Health. So what is a body recomp? Let's walk through that. So a body recomp essentially is the idea of building muscle while slowly losing fat mass. And so over a period of time, your body recompositions itself. So you basically maintain the same weight, but the body over time changes. You start seeing more definition and tonage in the arms. The waist comes down, but the weight stays the same. I've seen this happen in a lot of my clients that go from eating unhealthy, they'll lose a bunch of weight, but then they'll get to this weird period where they're not really losing weight all the time, but like their waist is getting smaller and they're getting stronger, and it doesn't really make sense because these things are happening, but the weight's not going away, the scale is not going down. That is a body recomp. Who would a body recomp be good for? A body recomp really is good for anybody that's willing to play the long game. That's the big thing, is that body recomps are a long game process. Understand that, like, for instance, the next time I lose weight, I want it to be more of a body recomp, right? Like, my mileage is going to go up for training. I'm intuitively eating, so I'm not going to like skyrocket my food intake to keep up with energy demands. Like, there's going to be a moment where I'm in a slight deficit. I'm going to be losing body fat. My muscle fibers are going to be changing and adapting to my new activity level, and I'm going to see a body recompositioning happening, right? But that's going to take a while. That could take 6 to 7 months to see the dramatic change you want to see. It takes a lot of time. Body recomps are a long game approach. They're not a quick fix weight loss approach. Whereas a lot of people just want to see the scale go down. And so if you're someone that wants to gain size and isn't really worried about how fast you lose the weight, then a body recomp is definitely the way to go. It's more healthy, it's more sustainable. You don't take a chance on tanking hormones or developing eating disorders due to extreme restrictive eating. And granted, a healthy way of dieting, like when I take my clients through a diet, we go very slowly down in calories, then we safely reverse back up and cycle through that until we hit the goal. Even though that's healthy, it's not as sustainable and healthy as a body recomp would be, because you very rarely eat in a very low deficit on a body recomp. It's just a slight deficit, and then you probably actually will have a cheat day every 1 or 2 times a week, or not cheat day, but a refeed day, where you kind of eat over those calories to keep your metabolism stimulated. It's a very sustainable way to change your body and become more athletic, work on muscle growth while also getting rid of excess body fat. So if that is you, if that's something you want to do, then listen to this next part. How can you start a body recomp? It comes down to 2 things: caloric deficit, activity. So you want one to go up and one to come down slightly. So like, let's say that you're trying to become a bodybuilder. Let's say you're trying to do what's called a lean bulk or a body recomp bulk. So you're trying to add a little bit of muscle tissue over time, and you're also trying to maintain the leanness you have, if not lose a little bit along the way. So let's say that you eat 3,000 calories a day. This is just a generic bodybuilder eats 3,000 calories a day. So for someone like him, he would want to lower his calories by about 250, maybe 300. So 6 days out of the week, he would be looking at about a 2,700 calorie per day diet. And then maybe once a week or every 2 weeks, that 7th day would be 3,000, 3,300 calories to kind of spike up his metabolism, keep it from down regulating. But while he's in that small 300 calorie deficit, he's going to be increasing the activity of the gym. The strength is going to be going up. The resistance is going to be going up. The progressive overload is going to be going up. And so what he's going to see is he's going to see muscle mass grow while fat loses. And it's going to be at such a slow pace that the scale is not going to change much. So if we look at it, 300 calorie deficit over a 6, let's say he's having a refeed once a week, okay? So that's a 300 so the first 6 days are 2,700. And then he has 1 day of 3,300. Okay, so 300 times 6, which is 300 calorie deficit for 6 days, is 1,800 calories, okay? And then let's subtract 300 from that for the 300 calorie surplus. So we're looking at about a 1,500 calorie deficit. So 3,500 calories in a pound of fat. It would take him about 2.5 weeks to lose 1 pound of body fat, okay? Now, granted, we have to think about, okay, what if in that 2.5, 3 weeks he gains half a pound of muscle, and then with that half a pound of muscle comes a quarter pound of glycogen, and then the water, and then the fluids. So we're looking at about a 1-to-1 ratio. You see how that works? So like and granted, that fat loss is gonna slow over time. So he might get to the point where he's gaining a quarter pound of muscle every month, and he's losing a quarter pound of fat. But over the course of 6 or 7 months, he's lost 4 pounds of fat and put on 4 pounds of muscle, and his body looks extremely different, but yet his scale weight is almost the exact same. That is a body recomposition, and it's totally doable. So what I would do is I would find your maintenance calories, and I would subtract anywhere from 200 to 300 calories from that 6 days a week. On the 7th day, add 300 calories to it, and then simultaneously constantly edge up your activity, whatever your goal is. Like for mine, it's endurance training. So like basically, I mean, I'm eating intuitively right now, but let's say I was tracking for a body recomp, I would do like 2,600 calories 6 days a week or 5 days a week. And then 2 days, I would have like 3,400 calories. And that's gonna put me in a very small weekly deficit, but my activity is going to go up. My mileage is going to keep increasing as I get more conditioned to handle the more mileage. I have to get up to like 80 miles. I'm only at 30 right now. So for someone like you're trying to get stronger in the gym, you start at 3 days a week like you're at, but understand to build muscle, you might want to start getting in 2 or 3 times more than that. Like it might be 6 days a week. You might want to hit every muscle group twice a week at some point. So like you're constantly elevating that activity. And granted, you'll get to a point where like you need to calm down because you need rest days. So like never go to 7 days a week. You're not on steroids. No reason to do all that. You need rest. But if you increase that activity to that point and you cycle through those calories and you keep it around your maintenance, a little bit under, and then one day a little bit over time, you're gonna see your body start to recomposition. And it's gonna be this amazing, magical thing. It's healthy, it's sustainable, and it keeps your hormones nice and healthy. So that's a body recomp. That's who should do it and how you should do it. If you have any questions, if you're more curious about this, let me know. Put it in the comments below. Of course, as y'all saw at the beginning, subscribe, give that thumbs up. I love you guys. Till next time.